James McCourt here on bellowmag.com, joined by one of the stars of Marvel's Agent Carter. It's Chad Michael Murray. Hello, sir.
How you doing?
You're looking very dapper, I must say.
Thank you, Bellow Mag. They
you
took
enjoyed
care of
your
me.
shoot in this amazing house today.
Oh my God, what an incredible location. It's beautiful, beautiful home, great people to work with, and just, it was an incredible shoot.
Pretty
really
impressive.
Yeah.
A little earlier today, you looked a bit different on my TV screen. I refreshed my memory with Chosen and watched the final episode. You were kind of all like roughed up, scarred and cut, and yeah, I mean, that's a traumatic show, isn't it? There's a lot going on in that.
It is emotionally, physically draining. I mean, every aspect, you really get to deal with the full spectrum of emotion on that show. And that's what I love so much about it. Jacob Orr's journey and the story and working with Ben Katai and all the guys over at Crackle. What an experience. But you really, really get to test yourself on that show. Yeah. I mean, we shot each one in 20 days.
I was going to say, I had heard that the filming schedule was quite intense.
Pretty damn intense, yeah. I loved it, though. I loved it, and, you know, here's to... There's no wood. But
yeah, like I was going to say, is there another season lined up? Because obviously it finished, you were in the final scene, we didn't really know what was kind of going on there.
I'm under the impression that there will be more Chosen.
Right.
Yeah, and I heard that the world gets pretty vast, that it goes global.
It's one of those things, isn't it? It's like, what would you actually do if it came down to it? It's
I've thought about that too, and I wanted to make it as real for me as I possibly could, and put myself in that situation. What would I do given those circumstances? You know, in a very real world, which was fascinating about it. I mean, it's not that far fetched. It's not that far fetched of an idea. You can really see that situation occurring. And man, we played, and I think for season 3 for me, the most exciting part was, okay, you'd taken a life. Yeah. You know, and season 2 was, what is it like to take a life, and what would your emotional core be? Who would you be as a human being once you did that, once you took a life? But then in season 3, it's, okay, now the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, they got to be different every time. Yeah. You got to have a different feeling, a different energy, and you're kind of bordering on becoming a serial killer. Right. Do you become numb? Does it become exciting? What is it? Are you looking for the way they die, the last expression, anything? So playing with those different variances was fun. Yeah, no, great show. Something pretty different, I would imagine, although you can let me know, Texas Rising, which you've got coming up on Memorial Day on History Channel. I don't know too much about it. I know it's about the Texas Revolution. Who do you play in the show, and what's it about? Mirabeau Bonaparte Lamar, a Georgian gentleman. He actually was, I believe, the fastest rising private to become general or commander in the history. I mean, in 46 days, something like that. Wow. He went from being a private to just climbing the charts because he was intelligent, well-versed, knew exactly whose ass to kiss, and was a great fighter. Yeah. And so he got put in charge of his own unit, and just a fascinating character in itself. Yeah. Yet the entire world of Texas Rising, there's just so many personalities to deal with. We got the Texas Rangers, and we've got Sam Houston's story, we've got Mirabeau's story, we have I mean, really, we don't play it from a perspective. We don't say these people were right or these people were right. It's a war. Both people have their reasons for doing what they're doing. You know, Mexico was trying to grow, and Texas wanted to continue to grow and become their own republic, which ultimately they did. So just a fascinating story. Leslie Greif, Roland Joffe, the entire cast, just incredible. Did you film it down in Mexico or in the US? In Durango, Mexico. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Horse riding and stuff, or was it? Horse riding, gun shooting. Fabulous. It was a boys' camp for 5 months. It was cool. It sounded great. Agent Carter just wrapped up the first season, and we sort of finished that with Fenhoff and Zola in jail together. Which was kind of a nice way to end, because you're kind of like, okay, we could see where this might go. What do you think if there's a season 2? Where do you think it might go, and where do you think your character might go? Oh God, man, I don't know. you know, Your Mouth to God's Ears, we do a season 2 because there's just so much story left to tell.
Yeah, I agree.
And absolutely. I really love Jack. I love Jack Thompson. I love putting on his wardrobe every day. But, you know, I don't know. We've talked about there's just so many different places to go. There's so many stories to tell. So it's really up to our incredible creative team over at Marvel and Michelle Fazekas and Tara Butters for them to just go and play.
Yeah.
You know, and if we end up coming back, we tell another season of stories, then I just want to find out more about Jack.
Right,
Make him
exactly,
tick, see his art continue on, and see him run the SSR. Just, you know.
Yeah. Well, he was commended at the end, wasn't he? And then kind of Peggy was left in the background. She's like, look, it's fine. I kind of know my place. I don't mind. But, you know, that's what's interesting about your character in a way. You could say on the one hand, I guess he's a bit chauvinistic, but it's kind of not his fault because it's that time, isn't it?
It's the time. And that's the dynamic that was really interesting to play with. Jack has learned something throughout this experience, and he does have a newfound respect for Peggy, not just feelings or emotional feelings, which I think he was trying to cover up with, you know, being that kid in high school, just poking.
Yeah.
But the kid on the playground. But for me, it was an indecisive moment. What do I do? But at the same time, if he would have given validity to Agent Carter and said she was the one that saved the day, she's the one, to be honest, they would have been made a mockery of.
Yeah.
It actually would have been an embarrassment to the SSR saying, well, a woman's the one that saved the day for the time period. Obviously, that's not how it should have been or should ever be. But for then, he actually had to take the credit.
Yeah. Well, I hope there's another season of that one. Before we go today, I've got, because you're obviously an agent for the SSR and Agent Carter, and I thought I'd test you on some crazy US laws, which apparently, according to a very fine website I checked in on earlier, are still in effect today. So these are real laws in different places in the US.
These are always fascinating.
All I need. Well, they're
always fascinating.
They're a bit silly, but anyway. Okay. True or false? Card games cannot last more than 5 hours in North Carolina. It's a weird one.
That's a weird one.
Yeah. Is it true or false, though? Would they have a law like that? And if so, I wonder why.
I'm sure it's true.
It's almost true. It's actually false. Bingo games cannot last more than 5 hours, which I think is probably a good thing, right?
Well, I mean, most people playing bingo.
You may not take a picture of a horse from January to April without an official permit in Wyoming.
That's false.
Well, it is false, but it's actually more ridiculous, the actual real law. You may not take a picture of a rabbit between January and April without an official permit.
Are you saying that these are laws?
Yeah, apparently it's still in effect today. They were from a long time ago, but they're still real laws. So they've just obviously not revoked the law.
I thought you were quizzing me to see if it was true or false.
Yeah, no, I am.
But they're all true.
Well, you've said false. That one's true. Let's go on to another one. It's illegal to attend a public event or use public transport within 4 hours of eating onions or garlic in Indiana.
That's ridiculous.
I think
it's false.
That one is actually true. So yeah.
What's the fine?
I don't know. And how do they police that sort of thing?
You've had.
I've got a final one. If you're found stealing soap, you must wash yourself until the bar of soap has been completely used up in Arizona.
Absolutely true. It's Arizona.
It is true.
Absolutely true.
Thank you for answering those. Good luck with Texas Rising. We're looking forward to that, and nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Such a pleasure.